Silver.
Oh, the end of another. Oh, I can't say beautiful day, but it's the end of another day. What's up? At the same time, I'm here also and watching Coin Hunting Couple. Long days. Well, we're running out of people that get boxes of $50, so it's kind of like everybody migrates to whoever gets a current box. Yep. So my biggest thing lately I turn the volume down because I hear them in my one ear, and my mind is trying to say what they're saying. My biggest event that's going on right now is sorting through the box that I got from EP and actually putting them in date order. This is so tedious, but a whole lot easier than trying to put them in little bins. This is my biggest thing so far. Giveaway time. See, the biggest problem that I got to do this is, well, let me put this back up here. One is these, and these are not 100% to what I need. This just makes it that I can read, but I can't see small things. So I need magnification on top of wearing these for me to read the dates on the coins. And if there's not bright enough light, I still can't see the dates on the coin. So I got my magnifier. But the problem is now I have to find an extension cord that I can move it about 3 more feet so I could do it here in front of the camera. Well, I'm officially on the I'm furloughed for 3 weeks list now. So there ain't no money for nothing. Oh, let's see here. Oh, hold on. I know what's going on right there. But right now, if I could afford a scope, trust me, I'd have one, and then I'd have a spare in case that one broke. Because without the damn microscope, I can't see shit. What, the stimulus check? Well, I wrote down that I was going to go get some munchies. I've not gotten there yet, so I'll be back too. Hey, CGF. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some munchies. Oi! Here's my bottle koozies. Got my bottle koozies. I got my thing of Fritos. Let's see what we're doing here. This is donator wheel they got on Coin Hunting Couple. And who's going to win? Brisky Ben. Yeah, so I got all my stuff, and I got to fill out for my unemployment temporary furlough on Sunday. I cannot fill it out ahead of time because my temp layoff, because they're doing it in rotation, is only for 3 weeks, and it doesn't start till Sunday. So I have to wait till Sunday to fill out the stupid online information. But in the meantime, that's my little package that's going out to Big Mill out in California. So this will be good. Hopefully he'll actually do this online. Let's see who wins on share screen. That looks so funny when I do that. The stereoscopic effect going on. Damn. Oh, you got all these people that are running or entered in on multiple streams and waiting for somebody to tell them, hey, you wanted so and so, run over there. Haven't seen that name in there. So other than that, what's everybody up to? But my name never gets picked for this shit anyway. Oh well. The cough when you're eating too much ghost pepper beef jerky all at once. Wow. So, what's everybody up to? what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to find the extension cord back in that closet right over there. I do believe I have a electrical extension cord, and I could extend my magnifying lens so I can sort through my pennies. And I have a lot of them. I think after all this is done, which I'll have, this room is got some minor little things that need to get done. Asked my wife to go through it, identify some defects and stuff like that, minor things. But I do need to get that. Let's see, that right there, that ceiling fan. It's just held by the electrical box that's on the drywall. So if I turn the ceiling fan on right now, I have the chain tucked up so it can't be turned on. It's just a light. If you turn the fan on, it'll vibrate so much and the damn ceiling will fall down. I have the brace that can go up in the attic and actually nail it onto the joists and then support the fan on the joist versus on the drywall. And that'll basically get everything in this room done. I had a couple little spots of the molding going around the door. I went and used latex caulking to go over all the nail holes and stuff like that. There's a spot that I wasn't paying attention when I was painting the walls behind the door. Well, the door wasn't on then, but I didn't think about the fact that I came home. I still had my t-shirt from work. Well, just by nature of being a diesel mechanic, the air has oil in it. Well, I'm leaning up against the wall, painting the corners. And the next day when it's sunny out, you can see the black shadow of my shoulder on the new paint. I'm like, son of a bitch. Now I got to paint it again. But, oh well, you live it and you learn. But I got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The old computer room, which is where we came out of, that's going to actually be a bedroom. Where I am right here was the closet for that room. We're not going to have a closet for that room. There's going to be a chest of drawers, a dresser, a nightstand, and I think a full-size bed. I don't know if we'll put a queen size. Queen size is pushing a little bit far in that room. But probably put a full-size bed in there. But the other side of the wall that I'm looking at right now, that wall needs to be screwed up and all the spackling done and go through the old network holes and other TV cable holes that have been there from the people that lived here prior to us. Get all that stuff filled in, get the walls back up to the way they should be, put the baseboard molding in, get everything painted, and then do our bedroom, which has, I think, 2 or 3 little outlets. I just have to re-drywall and make them smooth again. What's up, Jason? Hey, I thought you were going to the other one. I didn't expect to see you guys coming here. But yeah, get those, the 2 bedroom walls and everything in the rooms all painted up. The molding washed off and repainted. Both bathrooms are going to get all repainted, molding and all. The floor is a nice tile, so that's staying as is. But the 2 bedrooms, she's going to get carpet in there. Oh, that's nice of Andy. It's not a requirement, but that's nice of her. Yeah, I was broadcasting like the last 5 minutes of CHC. That's mighty nice of her. Yeah, I was wondering what. Let me turn. I'm listening to myself over there, and my volume is good. I was wondering what happened to homeless are humans too. So I'm looking around. It's not. As soon as I saw your name, I knew it was Dallas. I'll be right back. Let me go see how my wife's doing.
You should have went to sleep at 6:30.
Yeah, you were. But ooh, pinched nerve and hip.
What?
I said, ooh, pinched nerve and hip. But yeah, well, I was in bed. I went to. You were in bed before me, but I laid down after that. I think I was asleep first.
You were asleep first, yeah. So,
They've all been out. Not too bad. Yeah, I know. Okie doke. Okay, I'm back. Let me go switch the camera. My wife, I don't know. We all fell asleep early, so she just switched to the other one so it doesn't, not pointing at her. But yeah, since I'm on this furlough for 3 weeks, it's up to But since I'm on this furlough for 3 weeks, I got this long honeydew list. But then I told her, I said, my furlough of temporary layoff, or commonly referred to as I'm unemployed. Okay. It's kind of weird having the camera up there, but I'm talking to the monitor screen down there. Because my eye sees the movement over there. I actually have my rebroadcast over there, and that's how I check my sound level. But yeah, I had to say, well, hey, my unemployment is only Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. till 11. Anytime before or after that, I'm not unemployed. I'm at home because my employment is not 24/7. So that means I'm not going to be doing house repairs 24/7. It's only 3 to 11 Monday through Friday. I guarantee you, she's gonna be saying, "You're not done yet. You're not done yet. You got 5 minutes to go." So. It's going to be interesting. Why so many what breaks? What do you mean, why so many breaks?
you got that turned?
Yeah, it's turned here.
Look at this. Handwritten even, I guess. Pretty serious, everybody wants the best one out of the bunch. I don't see one for 305.
Yeah. Hey, at least she spelled the words correctly.
Yeah. I think this is just,
Well, See, that's
I
why.
think this is the second time that I got.
Well, that's why I saw your name handwritten on this. Oh, there must be a letter from my wife. So that's why I stuck it to the side. And somebody try and buy one of our rentals, and they only picked the really nice one.
Yeah, the other two. Wish somebody take the doghouse. That would be nice.
And no, it's not breaks. I'm only able to work so many hours per day. That's in my union contract. And my wife, I just got a good chuckle out of my wife on that one. Actually, and out of all the rooms, the one we came out of, because I closed in this wall right here, that one really, it looks like a lot. I have to go and fasten the drywall up and just do a little taping and run a piece of molding across the bottom. But after that, it's just a matter of painting everything. So if I can't get 4 rooms, got a master bedroom with bath. I have to do a little texture wall like this right here. I have to do that in the commode, in the area where the commode is, because we took the cabinet out above of the top of it. But that's painting our bedroom. I think there's 2 or 3 little outlets that I need to block off and respackle, blend them in. So that's the master bedroom. Hey, any progress? Well, 325. Yeah, it's. Right now, yeah, I've been there. I don't know. This is just a whole bunch of miscellaneous whatever, CGF. We got CHC in here. We got Nate Hunt's Heat, which is the other half of CHC. We have CGF. Jason Allen Parks, which is Homeless Are Humans 2. And I always forget the full name of the Dallas one. What's the name of that one, Jason? If I'm in Tree Trimmer's stream, I can spot you a mile away. Yeah, my wife has done that for me too. I like I said, I know where you're coming from. I've got a temper. I actually, my wife keeps me focused on what I need to accomplish when things are going haywire in my life. She keeps me focused. So, Jason, I like I said, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And the biggest thing is, it's with my wife, it's not financial that she helps me with. Money, you go to work, you come home, you got a paycheck, okay? Yeah, you might have to look for a job or get a better one, but it's just simple mathematics to get that paycheck. If you work X amount of dollars, you're gonna or X amount of hours, you're gonna get X amount of dollars. But all the other things besides having to go to work, all those other things, that's where my wife keeps me focused and keeps me going in the right direction. So, like I said, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, we'll see how long I'm on. I had other bad news that got relayed, personal bad news that got relayed to me by my cousin, and I hadn't talked to my sister in, oh God, decades. I think probably a good 20 plus years. And I had my cousin give my sister, myself, my sister, well, all my family is about 1,600 miles away from me. They live up in Pennsylvania. And I've always been in contact with my dad's brother's daughter. Well, of course, that makes it my cousin. But Tina on my dad's side of the family, and she texted me and told me what was going on. And I found out today that yesterday afternoon that my dad passed away. So today is not a good day for me. I had known that he tested positive for COVID last, I do believe it was 2 Tuesdays ago. But he passed away Thursday afternoon. So I got this temporary furlough thrown on to me Wednesday. I wake up to my phone blinking that my cousin told me to talk to my sister and found out that my dad passed away. So on Thursday, so there's a lot of stuff that got thrown on me. And that's where I'm talking, Jason, as far as my wife helps me out a lot. So like I said, I know where you're coming from. I know what you're talking about. Now, here's one thing interesting that I did find out, and getting off that other subject, I'm 56, so 56, 66, 76 plus 1, 77. My father was 77 years old when he passed. I hope I can make it to at least 70. It'd be nice. But getting off all that kind of subject, because that's my pain that I have to deal with. Well, the thing that, even though emotionally, if I talk too much specifically about it, it'll get me to choke up. But my life of what my goals are, and my life about what I want to accomplish, are the goals are set after what I know my father has accomplished. And I'm happy with that. Up to this point in my life, I had a couple little bumps in the road. Nobody, I don't care who you are, says, I've had a perfect life. You're the biggest effing liar if you said, I've had a perfect life. I had a couple bumps in the road. But after I picked myself back up, I looked at Oh, don't worry. It will happen. And that's where a lot of people don't understand that it doesn't happen on command. It just happens. But when I picked myself back up after I've fallen and had other people around me that helped pick me back up, where I'm at in my life, I have, in my mind, at least equaled my father at my point in his life. So I'm happy with what I've accomplished, what I lived, and now that I've gotten to this point in my life, I can look at my father's life and understand the bumps that he has had in the road and understand where he got to the point of where he was. Hell, my wife's 8. She's 8 years older than me. Don't tell anybody I told you that. Or don't tell her either. I don't like discussing women's ages. That's taboo. Unless it's somebody that will never have contact or hear what you said. That's her business anyway. It don't matter to me. Oh, this is lemonade in a dark brown bottle. Consider the fact that the stream says no. This stream is not for children. Well, let's see. I could never fill my father or my mother's shoes. Doesn't matter which one you list first or last, because that statement is not saying who's better or worse than the other. The thing that I look at from that kind of a statement is change it a little bit. Now, if you think of God, and I ain't going to get godly on everybody in here, but you think of God, it says, I walk with you. Walk in his footsteps. Don't try and fill his shoes. You never will fill his shoes. You will never fill the shoes of your father. You will never WWJD. You'll never fill the shoes of your parents. You got it. I learned that one many years ago from Pastor Gary Becker. But I can say right now, I can never fill my father's shoes. And I'm telling you that honestly. My father's life and what I've known that he's done throughout his life, I strive to equal myself in my accomplishments, but I could never fill my father's shoes. So your statement is true. But I do walk in my father's footsteps. I got baptized twice. One was in a building with a little silver bowl up front. Second time was in a river, and it was cold. Sneakers, athletic socks, and a dress suit. And you got baptized. Pastor Becker, 1,600 miles away. I miss that man. He taught me a lot in life, how taking my jealousy of others and showing me how wrong I was. Anyway, what were we talking about before we got sidetracked onto God? Oh, father's shoes and mother's shoes, and you can always walk in their footsteps. You will never. The reason why you can never fill your parents' shoes is because you will never be your parents. You can go and model your life. You can exemplify them in your actions, but you can never be them because you are not your parents. You are you. But living your life, looking at what they've accomplished, and looking at their pitfalls. Don't. A lot of people will take a blind's eye to what went wrong in your parents' marriage, and my parents had some very I'll just say and then that's as far as I can go on it. It's an incomplete, uneducated sentence. What's up, Charles? It's one of them sentences that will never be completed, but I know everybody will probably understand why I stuttered and said I did. And there were some doozies over all these years. But you learn, you watch and you learn. You don't ignore, you don't hide. There were some nasty things that happened. And I learned from them. I watched, and later on in life, when those things were happening, when I was a pre-adolescent, a teenager, and a young man, and later on in life, after my parents became grandparents, I actually got to talk with my dad and talk with my mom about those things that happened when I was a child and a very young adult. And we actually got to open up and talk about them and realize what happened. And that gives me insight into how I should direct my life and what I want to accomplish. Well, my birth certificate is, trying to think of how many. The 9 months of my birth certificate don't match up. It's just, I just leave it at that. Yeah, my parents did get married, but the numbers didn't match up. Which my two sons, my oldest son, he came to be before the marriage certificate was dry. And I'm hoping that with me talking to him over the last year or two, I'm pretty sure he understands it, but I hope he understands while I was talking to him, and hopefully he can break that cycle. Not saying he will or won't. I hope he can. To me, life is it. But the two things that I like saying is, if somebody is having a bad time at work, and I'll just look at it and say, "Are we having fun yet?" That's what I like asking them, and people ask me how I'm doing. It's like, well, I figure I woke up today, so I'm doing better than those people that haven't. That's the way I look at life. It's live life to the fullest in moderation of what's not going to make your life end, and just go for the ride. Grab the bull by the horns. Touche. There you go. So now my question is, I keep looking at my analytics, which that's only something that I can see. I mean, I've had it up on my screen a couple times, but that's here and there. It does give me some insight into what people like by which things I see that they view and how long they view it. I always see that my what I call miscellaneous chat rooms, like what I'm doing right now, always, from me being somebody that nobody knows about, actually gets some good watch time and a couple of viewers that are in here listening to me talk, and then we talk back and forth over the chat room, the chat text. What anybody have any ideas? I know I got Dallas County Scratchers. I got Hoover's Corgis and Coins. I got a bunch of different channels in here that I go to, and I have other channels that are still on my list. So I recognize all the names. I can actually, if I scroll all the way to the top, I can say that every one of these names that are in here, I've visited their channels. And any ideas? I'll get this out of here. Let me mute the microphone. I got to blow my nose. Okay. That's a very good one. I'm trying to think of the real movie of The Jungle Boy, not the animated version, was a very good example of that, where the kid listed as a lost cause when that plane went down and nobody could find him, but he survived out in the jungle with the animals and he adapted into the animals. Well, us as what they call civilized humans, where it seems to be we have a lot of uncivilized humans on TV lately with all their bickering back and forth, start looking at the people instead of looking at their paychecks. That's my opinion, mind you, not everybody else's. That's at least mine. We need communication. We need discussion. Even to the point of saying arguments. I mean, just because somebody may not agree with me, in my opinion, they need to voice their opinion and say that they don't agree with me, because that's what makes all of us grow. You need that tactile, audio, visual communication for our minds to stay active and continue to grow. I mean, that's like if you look at it, I don't know how many people in here know about the name for Jason Parks. That actual channel is Homeless Are Humans Too, is the actual name of that channel. He's going to be asking for names, and people give recommendations or suggestions for the permanent name of that channel. But if you think about it, Homeless Are Humans Too. Some of those people, and bear in mind, the percentage does not matter. Some of those people that are homeless chose to be that way. Some of those people were forced into that situation. Some of those people just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's where they're at. There is no right, wrong, good or bad as far as why they're in that situation. Well, that's just it. Our opinions to ourselves. I mean, you wouldn't say your opinion if you thought you were wrong. So to you, your opinion would be right. For me to say your opinion is wrong, I'd be foolish, because I know we're human and everybody has a right to their own opinion. That there is no right or wrong. That's exactly what you're saying. That's to the point right there. Touche. Yeah, I've heard that even in the small microcosm of the job that I had. Yeah, I say I'm unemployed. It is a voluntary 3-week furlough from my company. The three of us and the night shift boss, three of us on night shift, and the night shift boss volunteered to take 3 weeks off to reduce the workload of our company due to no freight to be moved. Well, we're maintenance, so we're not on the front line of the money coming in. There's a whole bunch of semantics that people can argue about it, and I really don't want to get into that. That's because I don't own the company, and that's their choice. But even though I say I'm unemployed, it's only for 3 weeks. We have a choice that we can make. I have people at work that have argued saying that that's not right. They can't do that. So then I tell them, I said, okay, I can give you the options. And I said, come over here, Daryl, come over here. I asked the night shift boss to come over while we're there talking. I'm the head mechanic and the trainer from the shop, so some things I can use discretion on, and use them what I call training purposes. And I explained that to my boss when I'm going to do it. So I called him over, and I asked the two employees that had brought that up. I said, okay, well, let me take you into the scenario of what we have. I said, they asked for volunteers if you want to take 3 weeks off to help reduce the workload, because all maintenance is a red mark on the company's profit loss sheet. I said, if they don't have anybody to volunteer for that type of a situation, what is the company's alternative to that? They're like, oh, they can't do nothing. I said, yeah, they can. They can say, well, we are going to choose who gets laid off. Now, you can go where the company, like me, they said, this is only in rotation for 3 weeks. And we've had drivers do this for 3 cycles already, taking 3 weeks off. And they file for unemployment, all the other bells and whistles. Yep. And I told them, I said, hey, you can volunteer and just have 3 weeks to do whatever you want. You can file for unemployment. The company actually gives you all the information to fill out to get the unemployment. They give you all the information. Yeah, and you list COVID on it. I said, or the company could go, due to lack of income, we now need to lay people off. Now it won't be for a voluntary 3 weeks. It'll be by their choice on who is not best suited to do the best for the company. Why put yourself in that type of position? But they had their argument, and I can't tell them they're wrong. I can tell them what I know the company's choices will be. Well, I volunteered on Monday through Friday because I'm the head mechanic. I had one guy that works Sunday through Thursday on my shift. He volunteered. I had another guy that works Tuesday through Saturday. He volunteered. After it was all done and we filled out the paperwork, the boss said in front of everybody else, now these gentlemen have volunteered to take 3 weeks off so everybody else can keep working. When the next rotation comes up, their names will not be on the list. That did not go over very well. But he was being truthful. Anyway, what else would you like to talk about? Let's see here. We talked about mothers and fathers' footsteps. We talked about Jesus. Well, talking about God is always a good thing. I see my graphical engineer Empyrean label. Well, see, that's where that's where you actually walk the fine line. Yeah, that's what they can do. But back to what we were discussing about everybody has a right to their opinion. They're saying they don't believe the company can do that. Well, the only way that I would actually be able to prove to them that the company can do that is if their name was on the list to be terminated. And for me to make that statement, I would get fired as the senior person for the entire maintenance department of our facility. I've been there 15 years. If I would make that statement to a general mechanic in our maintenance department, I would have, I'd say probably an hour to get my shit and get off the property. Because that would be, by definition, a threat to an employee. Even though what I would be saying is truthful, I can't go and tell him that he's wrong. I can't tell him he's full of shit. He's a young man, and this is his first job, and he thinks that, at least in my opinion, he thinks that the company owes him. Yeah, the company owes him a paycheck for the hours that he has worked, and that's what they owe him. That's all the company can ever be asked to owe you for. See, that's also that. As far as people having their opinion, at least what I deal with at work, being the trainer, being the head mechanic, I've got August 28th will be 45 years of somewhere up right around here is it's like right up in there, 7 stitches, scars in my hands, everything from doing this kind of work. A lot of the mistakes that these young mechanics that come into our shop, some of the mistakes that they haven't made yet, I've already made those mistakes. And some of them are painful. I told them I do not play a hands-on policy of being the educator of the shop. I would like them, because a lot of the modern stuff that a mechanic now deals with involves interaction between the piece of equipment through a computer running a program to give you and guide you in the direction of how to come to a solution of repair. So I don't like playing a hands-on trainer, a hands-on educator, because they need to learn how to come to the conclusions using that computer on their own. Otherwise, they'll never learn. So I just tell them outright. I said, try it. Yeah, you might be worried about making an incorrect diagnosis, or you may be worried about failing to diagnose it, period. I said, you also have to bear in mind that that computer program is written by a human, where they could have made a mistake doing the programming. So when you can't come up with a solution, it's because they couldn't either. That's gonna, well, I got my normal honeydews to do around the house every weekend. My household renovation honeydew list starts on Monday at 3 o'clock and will go till 11 p.m. Monday through Friday. I get my 2 10-minute breaks, and I get my half-hour lunch. Well, it'll actually be, I get to eat dinner with my wife for the next 3 weeks once my layoff starts. I mean, yeah, right now I took 3 vacation days just to end this week. But yes, true. But also bear in mind, a lot of people interpret those scars as physical. It could also be emotional scars as well. It could be scars from anything that you carry from what you've applied yourself and you've learned and lived. It could be physical and emotional. That's like I carry emotional scars from being in the military. I've lost close, dear friends. Nobody will ever see them until a certain subject starts being discussed about, and I got to walk away, because I'm going to start going into a dark area that I just don't want to. Well, some people do and some people don't. I thank you for your comment. Thank you very much. I see a lot of young men and women that don't really know what they want to do with their life. I can understand not wanting to go into a conflict arena. I understand that. I've been there. But I feel that it's also benefited me. Not carrying those dark scars, and that's not what I'm talking about. The going through the education to be an NCO and a senior NCO, and having to deal with people where you have to take your emotions out of the topic of discussion, because if you let your emotions into it, usually you end up going in the wrong direction for educating somebody into what needs to be done. And that's you learn how to do that being an NCO or a senior NCO. But the downside to that whole situation is it ends up becoming habit where you keep your emotions sealed in that glass jar that nobody can see until somebody breaks that glass jar. And that's where bad things happen. I lost one of my friends 2 summers ago. I met him back in 1990. And I had not had communications with him for 25 years. 90, 2000, 2010, almost 30 years. And ironically, he came to be a mechanic at the shop that I work. And I'm like, Charlie. He looked at me and said, he's like, your face is familiar. I said, you're in the engineers, weren't you? He goes, yeah. I'm like, I was down there at Lejeune playing Gun Bunny. You and I crossed at the NCO club. It's like, oh my God, that's 30 years ago. Well, he had gone over and played in the big sandbox, and I don't know what happened. And 2 summers ago, he decided that he had enough and he checked out. So there's some deep scars you carry. But there is no such thing as a perfect life. Ay, ay, ay. I can feel I have just a little bit of remnants from the ghost pepper beef jerky I was eating. I still have a little bit of remnants on my fingers. Yes, 56. Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And actually anybody that's been over there, you start sarcastically talk about the great sandbox. There's no sand. It looks like unbleached flour. Yeah, I went into the Marine Corps November 21st, 1987. And then, let's see here, Desert Storm, Iraqi Freedom. I still had time left on my contract after that was all done. And then later on, I went into the 28th Infantry Division, which is the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. They're now defunct. But I was in the Pennsylvania Army National Guard when Iraqi Freedom happened. And I told him, I said, no. I said, I have one of them funny little ribbons. I don't need a cluster inside of it. Yeah, what's kind of sad was when the Marine barracks got bombed in Beirut, which was let's see here, a freshman or a sophomore in high school. I'd have to look that up. Going back that far, I don't feel like taxing my brain at 3:00 in the morning after I've had started on my second beer. But anyway, you'll know where I'm going with this one. Two of my buddies that I hung around with in my grade, their older brothers were in that barracks. So I knew them, and it hit too close to home. Aye. Next time I'm going to, no, actually, I say next time I'll learn. No, I won't. Yeah, I do get emotional about the friends that I lost, but what I'm saying about beef jerky, no, I'm being serious. This is what I've been eating all night long, and I'm left-handed, so not thinking that I had beef jerky, I went and rubbed my eye. Well, I mean, it's been a little while, but what's up, EVG? Well, thank you, EVG. I know because I've dealt with my wife and her mom and her dad, and her mom just passed away a couple months ago. What I'm doing is the biggest help. Just talking. Not the hardest thing I have is keeping myself bottled in, that I don't discuss any of this with anybody. And I know my wife went through it, so I discuss it. I talk with her, not keeping things in. Otherwise, that's when everything blows up. But the reason why my dad died, I don't know if they can actually ever truthfully 100% say that COVID is what caused my dad's death yesterday. It might have just been underlying circumstances, but it does bring to light to me where people will think that this virus is no different than the regular influenza that goes around. Yeah, it's still a virus. It's still a version of a flu, not the flu, which is the normal flu, which still kills people. But how fast it spread through the world is the scary part, where a lot of people don't grasp that. How fast it spread and how easily it spread. And to think that my father, because of dementia, was in a nursing facility, which is not public access, and it got in that facility, how it was just carried in. it's not going to blow on the wind. You have to be in close proximity to whoever has it. So it's kind of, it brings to light a lot of the scariness in the world, how people don't understand how dangerous something so simple can be. I mean, I don't have them in here. I got the regular painter's dust mask. If I just gotta run down to the store where I know I'm not gonna have contact with people, I have actual surgical style masks that I wear if I got to go into like get my groceries. I have those 95 masks. I won't take them out of their sealed packages unless I have to go and actually have close proximity to somebody for any length of time. I don't know if it's the beginning of the end. I think the beginning has already started long ago, and we're just living in those times, period. Hey, Amp, you get the email? You should have a link in there. Well, I don't know about Cheers. Well, quite honestly, there is no such thing as a good politician. Their job is to go and take all of our money. What job? To take everybody else's money? You only have so many rounds for those pieces of iron and wood there, EVG. There's a lot more of them than you have rounds. Trust me. You'd only be able to hate off the hater. You could only fend off the haters for so long. Yeah. Oh, I can tell you exactly how you know when a politician is lying when they open their mouths. That's an easy one to answer. See, I knew that one. That was easy. Just a local beer. Let's see if I get the turn right. Come on. There it goes. Revolver Brewery. They're not that far from me. Maybe an hour drive on a bad day. I could actually go into their brewery if it wouldn't be with all this problems going on right now. You could actually go there for a tour. Biggest thing that I learned growing up from my dad, who I still believe is my role model, even though he has passed away, is he told me on the first day the first day of the first job that I've ever had, official job, mind you, because I did little things as a teenager and everything for a Whopper Jr., a small French fry, and a strawberry milkshake, which that was my payment for working on a weekend. But paychecks, politics, and religion. He said avoid them. Even though I like talking about God, politics, everybody has their personal opinion on who is or is not good in any of the governments. That's like they say orange man bad. Well, I don't know. Ever since Obama came out of the office and Trump went into the office, my paycheck has greatly increased. But also at the same time, I'm not ignorant as far as a lot of the things that he just took his mighty pen out and just signed things away from people, which to me, yeah, all politicians are bad. Some are just better at lying than others. I saw that because I started chopping the top of a little hill across from the it's not a cul-de-sac, the lagoon on the other side of my yeah, I went over there and I did like the first 2 layers of stone just to block them out so I could sleep. Okay. Who the hell started Jason up here? So why does it seem like I saw that name a while back? Thank you for coming. I know I saw that. I'm looking, it's like Dino Chook Productions. Like, wait a second, I saw that somewhere. So I went and clicked. I went over. It's like, yeah, I know where it is. Okay, Ross Says What? Yeah, okay, I know I saw that name somewhere. Who the hell says that? Big Mel, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Well, there's nothing else going on other than yeah, I saw your name a couple times in his chat rooms. Yeah, I gotta get the mirror of that one set up on mine. So anytime somebody would say this the CIA is spying on you. or the FBI. Actually, nah, I can't do the FBI spying because they might get mad at me. I can do the CIA is spying on you. Because I know for certain Peter, my grandfather died a long time ago. They were watching him. I know that's for sure. Well, I don't know if we're a good chat. We're just basically just like shooting the shit here. Yes, I actually have it downloaded onto my computer, EVG. Now I know one of the off the wall chat rooms, which actually is not really that off the wall, but Premier Hell. Let me see if I can image copy link address. I don't know if let me see if he's on right now. Premier Hell. No, I think right now Premier Hell is just burning time, but this link is actually goes to Premier Hell. He talks about some weird stuff. I'm trying to think of who is the other one that's on here late at night. Commander Vlogs does a lot of discussion, and he talks with the chat. Copy link. That one goes to Paige Benji, yeah. Killer Whale's on right now as well. That one there was Commander Vlogs. And copy link. This one, that's Killer Whale. All three of them. All depends on what kind of topic you want to discuss about. You know, they don't talk about what they want to talk about to themselves. They interact with their audience. They interact like I'm reading and commenting what I see in the text screen. My actual video screen is over there, but my camera's up here. I'm actually talking to the text screen. I know Killer Whale the one night. I mean, he takes all kinds of different varying discussions. The one night he had a discussion on why the bumblebee should not be able to fly. It was actually kind of interesting, really, if you think about it. But yeah, AVG, yes, I do actually have. Okie doke. I do have 7 days to die. Well, that's a good question that I can't answer you. Yeah, that would well. We already talked about how you could tell a politician is lying is when they open their mouth. So, well, I must go use the facilities, and I'll be right back. Well, I don't have to type in there saying I'm back because it's kind of obvious that I'm back because I can see my picture on the screen. So that makes it kind of obvious that I'm back. I actually have not got a chance to play it yet, EVG, because up to now, I'm trying to think of. Let me back up here a little bit. My available time was either sleep, work, or where we are right now. But it would be kind of interesting to stream it, though. Just remember, everything is in moderation. I mean, once in a while you can get carried away, but also you have to bear in mind, this is my normal evening, and I'll be going to sleep in about 2.5 hours or so. Actually, normally before I go to bed, I'm done having beer. I'm either drinking a soda or more commonly unsweetened tea. Now, Jason, if there's only one more Corona left, whose fault is that? No, I'm not allowed to have any hard liquor. Once in a while, if I'm out, I'll sneak in a couple. If we're at a family get together, or if I'm over at the oldest son's house, I'll have a couple mixed drinks there, maybe. In the house, I'm not allowed to have hard liquor. That was one of our stipulations. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I have to make it a point tomorrow night after I get done. My agenda for tomorrow. Well, I turn into an asshole when I drink hard liquor, so that's why I'm told I'm not allowed to drink hard liquor. My beer, I'm allowed to drink that, which okay. I mean, this is 7% alcohol, and I happen to like the taste of it too. But yeah, EVG, I think tomorrow, because I have, now today, because today is actually Friday now, I have to clean up, and not really clean up. I have to go and organize the trash, which I'm not allowed to put out at the curb yet because the state's emergency directive is still in effect. So the stuff I got does not qualify to go out at the curb. So I have to organize that and make the garage look nice. And then I have to do all my grass trimming and grass cutting and weed eating and all that stuff Saturday and Sunday. But after I'm done with the garage, I'll have plenty of time to take a nap, of course. In my 50s, I need to take a nap. But then fire up 7 Days to Die, see what it's like. And yes, I like string cheese.
Human being, make sure it doesn't look.
Huh?
Make sure your camera's not pointed my direction. Thank you. Sorry, dear, I am in meeting.
Oh, I don't care. You'll get there, Jason. Well, once I get the basics figured out, we'll be able to laugh at each other dying constantly. And I can pretty much guarantee you right now my wife is like that away in here. She'll be laughing before anybody else does. Because she'll hear me cursing at the computer.
About what?
7 days to die.
Oh, okay.
She told you. I know my microphone picks her up laughing, so trust me.
Okay, good luck with that one. Hi.
Well, what I can say about that, my wife will go and make her sarcastic comments and everything, but she doesn't do it to be mean. She does it as a poke and fun because I'll do the same thing to her. That's like earlier discussing about my father passing away today. My wife really is concerned about how I feel. And I know she is because of what she went through with her mother. So I know she's not going to do anything to hurt me in those regards. Nope. Damn string cheese back here. Jason, that's life. Well, yes, C does come before D. I can understand that one fully. Everything in life is intentional. You just can't predict it.
Actually, take that back. You might do okay if you got somebody helping you. Because when I played it, I did it solo. So it might be all right. Might be all right.
I've been there a couple times. I know I've been there at least once where I've seen your name. So, actually, he's on. I'm one of his supporters, and I go through every day. I just look at stuff and go, "Hey, let's see what this person's doing." If they're doing live streams, I've found that if they're doing live streams, the The only way you can know what they're doing in the live stream is to go into their live stream. I've seen it with Killer Whale, Premier Hell. I think it's who some of the other people that are on here. Let me bring up this screen over here. I know Coin Hunting Couple isn't on anymore, even though it's showing that they're live streaming. It's a CMO thing is weird. Well, all of them are. Commander Vlogs. He usually gets on, I think, about 11 o'clock or so. Well, yeah, I just go around and see what's going on, see who's in the chat room, and see how the conversation is going. If they got content, that's a different thing. I go by the title, I go by the picture. I'll if something interests me on their picture or the title, I'll look at it. If I like the beginning of it, I'll watch the rest of it. If things don't enthuse me, guess what? I don't watch it. But I mean, I don't know. This EVG guy, he needs to hope and pray, and I don't know who he has to pay off to get this virus situation done, so he can go to Colorado and start killing his back digging for gold, and he could do videos on that. But that just tells me how unprepared he is. Actually, I do like your idea, what you brought up about doing an unpredictable pay dirt payout. I mean, a lot of people think that, oh, well, if you look at pay dirt, doesn't matter, like your newest one. It doesn't matter. Those are all, they're all loaded. You know that. They're more on the lines of you learning the skill how to pan depending on the conditions of what you bought. If you've got an area on your claim that you know has the possibility of being a pay dirt shovel or pay dirt sleuth, hey, the person might actually make out. But you don't know. But now that is actual real prospecting. That to me is intriguing. See, that's just it. You don't know. You know there's gold in that area, but you don't know what will pan out until it's till you run the sleuth, till you do the pan. It's not preloaded like you buy the pay dirt. This is actually right there. Hey, you bought X amount of weight of dirt in this area known to contain gold. And I think that is Hold on, let me turn my volume down a little bit here. I'm gonna get my cursor over there. Okay, there I'm back. Isn't he where the Wisconsin accent is? Well, that's because you were drinking water. Maybe you're drinking the wrong stuff. What I find the funniest about the whole thing, yes, it's Evgeny lives in Wisconsin, but when he's actually live streaming and he makes this comment that say that can't you hear his Wisconsin accent? And it's the first time I heard him say that, I think my beer came out of my nose. Well, actually, no. See, the coin thing, yeah, it is real. He does have to. But see, the catch is if he finds silver coins, he does have to give it to the people. But now, if he had the money that he could just do coin roll hunting, he would love to find silver coins. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Would it be profitable? Not really. He'd have to find this massive collection dump in a box of halves. Okay, I'm done making these weird noises. That's me opening up a bag of Fritos. Fritos and Doritos are my addiction. Okay, now that I just went and listened to my post broadcast of this stream while I went and ate a Frito, we'll let the Fritos till later on because that's extremely noisy on the stream. I didn't think the mic was that good to pick up. Just plain old Fritos. What the problem is, I mean, now that I'm not using this little mic here, I actually have a blue up there. It's I know you guys heard my wife. She wasn't behind me. She was outside of the bedroom when she made her sarcastic comment about 7 days to die. She wasn't even in the room, and I heard it on the broadcast stream. So this mic, I have to watch what bodily functions happen when the mic is live.
Whoa.
I would love to come out to your claim when there was time available. I don't know if I get my wife to walk all that distance. She's not a walking person, at least not that far. And you're not like off the main highway either. So
Okay.
10,000 feet is not an easy hike. I've been in that terrain. Even as flat land, walking for a while becomes cumbersome.
Take me forever.
I think it'd be interesting. It'd be something totally different because first off, you are relying upon your knowledge or your lack of knowledge. You can go both ways on this one. You're relying upon your knowledge of what you do or don't need to take with you. Now, of course, Jenny's been out there before, so he knows what he needs to have available to him when he's there. But this is where he's going to be, even though it's very accessible, you're still a ways out. So you can't just go and, oh yeah, let's go do this. It don't work that way. Other than your pans, all your other stuff is weight, it's labor, it's strain on your body. I mean, EVG has back issues. So Humpy out there with a sleuth it gets painful. See, to me, it's not. To me, it's not saying I hope I last. It's what are you willing to endure to reach your final goal? Oh, no, that's not my final goal. No, that's not in my vocabulary. Well, see, that's where you learn to pace yourself to a certain point, but also have your adrenaline and your desires dictate what your body can and can't do.
Okay, goodbye. Give me my birthday.
Even that doesn't work. Yes, to a certain point, yeah, you have to pace yourself. But the ultimate thing is, what do you want to accomplish before you are done? If you set yourself that you're going to be there for X amount of hours or however many days, and you want to accomplish, get to a certain point, you just do what you have to do. I can guarantee you that dredge that EVG is seeing right now does not weigh 450 pounds when you're coming back out. That's 450 pounds when you're going in. There's always that chance that you will leave without gold. Prospecting is no different than coin roll hunting. There is no guarantee.
All right.
But there's always a good chance, but there's still no guarantee. And the other thing is, after you're done prospecting and you're getting ready to leave, there's no 5-ounce round sitting there waiting for you at the end. He owns it. He could be there 24/7 if he wants. See, it's not a gag. If you want to do it, you say, "Oh, hey, you do what you have to do."
Oh.
Well, I think all of us understand phone gibberish. So it doesn't matter whether you're on a computer, a laptop, or a phone. I don't think there's any day that I haven't received a text message that was incorrect. But yeah, you say I'm going to go there. I have, say the overall forecast gives you favorable days for 1 month. Well, you go in there for that 1 month. You do everything you can till you can't anymore.
Mhm. Mhm.
I can guarantee you this: if you do go to his site, plan on being cold and wet. If you go there, say that you have a week that you can be at EVG's claim. Say you have a week. If you are not cold and wet, you have not helped them, because you won't be on the dry land. Watch his videos. You'll be in the streams. Even if you're on the edge, you're in the mud. Well, for you to do the painting, guess where you are? Your body is in the water. So guess what? You're not going to be dry. And I can guarantee you that water is not bath water temperature. Coming out of them mountains, oh, that's cold. Rocky Mountains. Well, I can tell you this much right now. There's one of two ways it will go. Either you will endure it or you won't. But if you don't try, you'll never know.
Mm. I don't care about that. Yeah. Bye. Okay, shit here. Hmm.
$30, and I don't think Jason would get out of the hotel room $30 at night. That's probably a little bit too cold for him. Yeah, in July when it's real nice and sunny, it's 30 degrees out. And you can walk through the snow there too in July.
Come on.
Not going anywhere yet.
Hey, get back there.
I get to eat some of these Fritos. I let me mute my mic. Okay, we're back. See, now I don't have the gain. I think the gain's not even halfway for this microphone. I'm about 2 feet away from it. To me, eating Fritos, Doritos, or anything during the live stream after I first heard it on my replay, kind of like rude and crude. That's why I just put them to the side. We're basically you didn't miss much of anything, Jason. We're just shooting the shit. Just remember now, EVG is a very, very demanding old man. You have to watch yourself. Let me mute this again. I don't tell you the truth. I had it set up, and I don't know if it really makes any difference. Now I got to go look. Now I'm thinking about what my gain is set up. Okay. Well, of course I didn't go anywhere. I just unmuted the mic. I'm not the person that you have to worry about moaning and groaning and whining about whether it's cold or not. Yeah, I moved from Pennsylvania down to here because I don't want to shovel snow. But that doesn't mean that I can't tolerate it. If I have an agenda, I have a goal I want to do. You do what you have to do, and that's the way it was. 12 years in the military. When they say, "Hey, we need to go do this," you can say, "Hey, I don't feel up to it." Go ahead, see what happens to you. They don't give a damn what you think or what you feel. You have to do what they tell you. So it is what it is. I used to deliver medical grade oxygen, bottled gas, and liquid O2 to customers that lived in Buffalo, New York. That was 12 months a year. You get up to Binghamton and head towards Buffalo, and that you did not have You did not listen to the FM. I know where you came from. You went out to the outskirts of the state. A lot of it was AM radio. Even those people, you went up in the wintertime and you went to Buffalo, New York. You didn't listen to the radio. You didn't listen to songs. You had the weather radio on, and they would forecast 1 to 3 or 3 to 5 for the evening. And that was lake effect snow, 3 to 5 feet. You still had to deliver. So, if they, like you say, that one YouTuber came up and he did in the last 2 hours, well, apparently he thought he's going to go up there and get this massive nugget of gold. If I would go to a claim, say I would go to your claim, EVG, okay? Say I would go to your claim. I expect to be out there. Say I'm going to come up there for 1 week, 7 days. I expect to walk out of there on 7 days with nothing to show for my efforts, other than the fact that I could say I did it, or I can come out with something of worth. But my actual expectations is to come back with nothing. People have too many visions of grandeur where they're going to become independently wealthy. Well, that takes a lot of hard work, sweat, and sometimes broken bones and busted egos. And that's just the way it is. I don't know about Buffalo. Bimington had some really nice looking women in it, but that was before my wife. So I had to make that disclaimer just to cover my ass, because I know my wife can easily hear what I'm saying right now.
They got some good looking guys too.
Yeah, see, I know she'd have a response to that one because she lived up in the same area I did. Exactly. I mean, a lot of people have heard it, but they don't truly understand it. Hope for the best, expect the worst. If you're going to a gold claim, that's why a lot of people during the gold rush, doesn't matter whether it be California or Alaska, they went to the gold rush. They went out with the visions of grandeur. I think they said 96% of them ended in suicide or total financial disaster, which some of them, suicide was probably easier. What, Commander Vlogs? No, I like him. He's cool. Well, see, that's what I'm looking at. I mean, if Let me see if I can explain this the way that I think about when I see the pay dirts that you've reviewed and other people have reviewed. First off, yes, I know they're not yours, so I'm not looking at who's doing the review. I'm looking at what is being reviewed. Yes, I understand people expect to get a percentage of return on what they purchased, but to me, if they would go and say what their pay dirt is intended for, I think it'd be more beneficial to the people that want to buy it. The best example that I can give you to explain that is when you talk about ROI, return on investment. For me, if I would start learning how to pan for gold and I would buy a pay dirt, my skill and knowledge is like the invisible violin. Okay. If I would get flour gold on the pay dirt, that would be extremely frustrating, actually infuriating to me that I spend all that money for something that is worthless to me because I don't have the skill. Yeah, it makes me learn some skill, but you can't drastically learn that kind of a skill instantly. Now, look at the skill that you have for panning gold. For you to get a pay dirt, which actually has gold where you can pick out with a tweezers, okay? You could physically just look at it, just pick it out of the dirt, and you'd probably get 99% of the gold out that way. That to you is a waste of your time, a waste of your investment. I understand some of them, like you were talking about several of them, that they will customize the pay dirt to your skills. Well, why don't they just go and say, hey, this kind of pay dirt we have is for this type of an individual, and just put it out instead of customizing it to the person that what they want. Just say this is what it is. It doesn't help me if I get pay dirt, which I don't have the skill for. To me, I don't look at pay dirt as an investment of gold. I look at pay dirt as an investment to improve the skills of the individual. I think that's where a lot of the pay dirt should go as far as labeling and marketing. To me, I'd see that they would get more customers, more clientele, if they would take that approach to the people that want to buy it. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, EVG. I don't want them to go and see the bag according to what I say that I'm capable of doing or what they feel that I can pan. I don't know, beginner, immediate, expert, suicidal. I don't know how they want to label it as far as what your skills are. But I think the other one which we had discussed, I think would be another good one is, hey, you know that this area of the stream on your property does yield gold, and you get a certain size container that's taken off the property in the area that is yielding gold, and you pay X amount of dollars for it. And you don't know what you get until you get it. To me, that's not pay dirt where you're trying to advance your skills. You're investing on, well, hey, I know he gets gold from that area. Let's actually see what it does. There's a chance you might not get shit out of it. But there's a chance that you might, like you're saying, you had that, what was that, 4 gram nugget of gold. You don't know what you're going to get. It's going to be taken, bagged up, and sent out. To me, that's thrilling. That's intriguing. Okay, I know it came from an area that has gold. What am I going to get? The person that sold it to me, he can verify it came from an area with gold, but he don't know what's in it. So let's see what we get. I think that's intriguing. I think that's something like gets the adrenaline going. To me, that would be taking the pay dirt to the next step, the next evolution. Well, really, I mean, if say I buy a 1 pound bag, which is, well, see, the fact that it's not how much it costs a bag. That's not something that would hinder or improve me buying the bag. If you would put in the advertisement saying that this plot of land has and still yields gold every time you're there, that's a chance you take. To me, that's intriguing. That takes the gold prospecting back to where the days of the California gold rush and the Alaskan gold rush actually happened. You went out there and you said, hey, I'm staking this claim. Let's see what we get. I hope it yields gold. I don't know if it yields gold, but we'll find out. Well, that's exactly what you're doing. If you say, hey, this area yields gold, I have a 1 pound bag. Let's see what comes out of it. You don't know, but it's intriguing. Hello there, coolest. What you doing this evening? See, that's exactly what I'm saying, EVG. You know it does have gold there, and you have gotten gold there. But panning for gold is not saying that I'm going to get X amount of grams of gold per square foot. You can go last year and take a staked off area that is 1 meter square, and you could get nothing. Now, the weather and everything have gone over for a year. You come back to that exact same area that's marked off for 1 meter, and now you have gold there. You don't know, because you have the water flowing, you have the snow, you have you have a lot of things that play into that. Where are you at? There you are. Now let's do something here, because I mean, we only have 6 people in the chat, but I know who Coolest Moth is because I'm one of his supporters. So we're gonna do something different here. COOOO, and there he is. Hey, that's different. I didn't see the automatic cereal maker before. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to look that one up. But anyway, let's do something different here. This is one of the people that I support. I didn't see he had the automatic cereal maker, which that looks kind of weird, which really makes it interesting. So I'm going to have to check that one out. Yeah, it should be coming up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I know you're going to see my stereoscopic event because I just looked at my other screen. Actually, probably what I should do is take this one over to here. There we go. And I'll just use the other screen. Yeah, but see, you're saying, oh, it's just a machine that pours cereal into a bowl. I look at it's something different. You see on here, you got, if you look at who you got in here right now, yeah, there's only a couple, I think, 5 people, 6 people in here. Take a quick look at this here. Oh, there we go. Okay, I finally got my cursor back over here to the right way. We have 5 people in here right now. So it'd be 4 people, not counting you. It's different. I have EVG. he hunts coins. He hunts coin rolls, $half, and sometimes nickels when he runs out of $half. Yes, I'm making fun of you. Bank. He does not control the banks. There's a lot of people that hunt coin rolls, but I could say that I've watched a lot of them. They don't hunt coin rolls the same way that EVG hunts coin rolls. He does it differently, and that's another one. He does pay dirt. He does his. If you look at his channel, he also has on there as far as him prospecting for gold, not a studio setup. It's actually out in Colorado, and he goes out there in the ice cold water and does his prospecting, and he has videos on him doing it. He does his stuff differently. Well, you got an automatic cereal maker. It's different. That's the important part. See, that's why I thought it was different. It's something interesting to me. It's something that other people are not doing. It's like the other one that I see on there. You have uploads, Bohemian Rhapsody, Live Aid piano cover. And it takes some big shoes to play Freddie Mercury's music on the piano, because he was self-taught to play the piano. I grew up listening to Queen. An 8-track tape player, Queen. That's how far back I go. Actually, my uncle had a reel-to-reel tape player, so I actually listened to that. Creedence Clearwater Revival on a reel-to-reel. You can't beat the sound unless you're actually in concert. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why I made it. It's like that looks neat. Make it different. Make it unique. Yeah, don't do things just to make things. It was different, and see where it leads you. I'm here talking to everybody right now. And I'm right here. Well, actually, the camera's up there, but I'm looking at the screen right now. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see what we got here. Take care, AVG. Sleep well. Done deal. Biggest thing I can say is never stay stagnant. Never sit still. Never sit there with your hands under your butt. Do something. I'm here. A good example I could give you. I'm here live streaming. I'm in the corner, which used to be a closet. This is my little area. If you listen, because my microphone is very sensitive, you can hear my wife clicking on her controller in the background, which is like that away. It's kind of that away. You can't see her. Do you know what her request was? Make sure the camera's not pointing that they can see me. Do I care if they hear her playing on her game in the background? Quite honestly, I like it that people would hear her playing on a game in the background. Because I could just be a person that sits here and just talks a bunch of bullshit and saying that, I play all kinds of video games and our family is a gaming family, and I'm lying out my ass telling you that I do all this stuff. But no, and my wife's in there playing. It sounds like Fallout 76. Like she just opened up a vault door or something.
No, this is my drug-induced raider character.
On 76?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's just it. She's still playing Fallout 76.
Because I'm in the mood, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the way my wife is. Now let me mute all these since that one's done. That's my broadcast. No, I can't close that one down.
Doing stuff. Oh.
Oh, wait a second here. Okay, it's. Do a little rearrangement of my monitors. Yeah. Do it that way and do apply. Okay. Let me cancel this out. I'm still a little protective of personal information, so I just had to rearrange my monitor. So just bear with me. No, that's the wrong one. That one? Yeah, it's it. Okay, there we go. Share screen. There. That right there is what my wife's playing right now, Fallout 76. That's not my wife's computer. That's my computer. I have 7 Days to Die and Fallout 76 on here. I can bring up a lot of the other stuff that's on here for everybody to see. I enjoy gaming. I enjoy being on the computer. If I close out Steam and then go here, share screen. Here we go. I have 3 monitors on my computer, and this one is the one that has all my games on. I got Minecraft, Star Wars, World of Warcraft, 7 Days to Die, Fallout 76. I haven't tried it yet. My wife keeps trying to coax me into the game. EVG. This one, 7 Days to Die, is EVG over here. Wants me to try it out. But we'll see if I curse, how much I curse at the monitor. So it's if you're gonna say you do something on the computer, do it. Take care, coolest. Live it real. I have to say this. Yeah, I have a friend that lives over in Guam too. I just sorry I had to say that. I know it's kind of tacky, but let me go and get my monitors back to where they're supposed to. There we go. Now back up on Jason. Where are you talking about? I've been following like about 5 or 6 different conversations at the same time. Because first of all, where's my cursor? I did find out from Coin Hunting Couple. They said don't put the link to join a StreamYard in the chat because you can't tell who all is in the chat, and it gives them access to your YouTube channel.
Scorched.
Should have got an email. Who knows? Oh, in any respect, I'm back. What the fuck I did here? Is that StreamYard right there? That's that one. That is the... Oh, who the heck knows?
Okay, let's see.
Are you saying about showing the setup? You mean my do I have my monitor set up? Is that what you're talking about? There he is. Issue is over with, and we can get you on here on a regular basis. I think that looks cool as shit. You need to move a little bit to the right yet because you got like half the monitor. Your other right.
Who are you, lady? Get over here.
Are you here for the soccer training?
Yeah, no.
Risk their lives every day to help people survive. I think they were incredibly helpful.
Mm.
And yes,
And don't forget, you have yourself muted.
sports attack their base and morbid counters. But that death wasn't a failure. It was a
Oh, Jesus, shut up.
No, I was supposed to. I muted myself, but I was supposed to mute to my brother's a girl. You know, when he's making his stuff, he doesn't like being filmed or he thinks he's I don't know where his dish. I don't know where his dish is at. Come on, boy. So today he beat him because he ate the freaking the blind. Dude, my younger brother didn't take him out. Where's your dish? Where's your dish, Sancho? You know, so I feel bad for my mom because she does feed the dog. It's not even her dog. I don't know where the leash is at. Sorry. Oh. I think it's a. Oh, you want to see this? Check this out. This is good for the stream. Where? Here? Oh, they're gonna fight the chickens tonight. This is my boy Jed. Go for my stream. Are you putting in? How much you putting in?
Dealing. Goodbye.
Where are you gonna fight at? Let me go my storage.
Hi there.
They're getting ready to fight. It looks like
$1,000 or a couple $1,000 fight.
they're putting in a couple thousand. I would put it if I had it.
This is the winner.
Actually, they're trying to ban it. Did they ban it on you? So on Guam, they banned it on New Year's.
It's like Hawaii now.
They banned it on New Year's. When my brother goes to the fight, they fight against cops, you know. Cops that are all new. And they come here and buy birds, he said. You see this whole thing right here? I don't know if you see the houses. This whole thing is my family compound. It goes down the street. East house has a pool though. We don't have a pool.
Cool.
You can't really see because it's dark. You guys are going to? But who put in the pot? Yeah. What? No. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't talk about it. No, I want to give you money, dude. Tonight? You came here? Oh, dude. If I had money, I would, dude. You guys been winning it, right? But how many people though are on you guys? You told me you beat Monkey. Who's doing right? Is he helping you out with this or what? Huh? Okay. I just want to be fair, bro. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen.
Every time we go up there, we're gonna fight. So we got like one off to it. So there's two guys that might knock out. Boy. No, it's not. No, I'm gonna figure it out. No, I don't never go to I never go to combat with that mentality part. But you know I'm game. So like call. Back for me.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But if I used to, and if we win, my feeling is it's a powerful feeling. Here's sponsors, so look at that. Well, like, well, body. Down there.
Okay, so. No, sometimes it's speaking, but sometimes it's real too.
I know. Yeah, but.
He's driving? He's driving? Huh? Yeah, So I don't go then?
No, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Enjoy your sleep.
Hey, man, guys. guys, I might have to go with you because it's I need to be there
No.
just to make sure it's okay. Which actually, I shouldn't go because because if something doesn't go, then you get in trouble. I shouldn't go. You should.
No, I was saying goodnight to Penny's to Benji's. Penny's to Benji said they're going to bed. I ain't going to bed yet.
I'll be back then. I'll be back. I'll be back in 10 minutes. So if I'm not back in 10 minutes, then
Come on.
I want to be there. I just want to make sure.
I'll still be around. Have fun.
No, I just want to make sure everyone's safe. That's why. Love you guys.
Love you
It's
too.
not funny because if something happens, then it's not worth game.
Well, everything has a risk.
Yeah. And I'm supposed to not stay away from the police. Much love, guys. Be safe.
You too. What about you saying that you're going to go get some sleep? What are you trying to post a link? Because I know StreamYards has that automatically set up. We'll get around this stuff. I'll be here again tomorrow night. Actually, tonight. See how much stuff I get done in the garage. I got 3 weeks to get this shit done. Yeah, but my wife's cackling in the background. No, I need to get this stuff done. Take care and sleep well. No, I don't know what's going on then. Because I didn't set anything up in StreamYards to I don't know why the hell it chatted. I don't know why we kicked that out. That doesn't. I mean, that's not like saying that you're gonna sub or 1-for-1 or anything like that. It's not an obscenity. I don't know. I'll have to look into that because I know Streamlabs does. It's like I have Streamlabs OBS on here. It does have some input on well, you got to bear in mind though, I'm the host of the channel. So it might just let anything that I type go through. Do it with a capital C. See if that changes anything. because I don't have actually, there's when I start the stream up, I have no restrictions because I put it that this is a not made for children chat, which says anything goes. I mean, the only thing that it'll hold for review is that, see, there it went through. It might be you might have to just put it in a capital C. The only thing that I know that it will hold is obscenities. If it's a blatant obscene word, those it should hold. Other than that, there's no. I don't have no restrictions. I mean, our kids have kids. We have grandchildren that are. One of them's almost an adult. Well, he thinks he's an adult. We have one that just became a teenager. Another one that she's now 10 years old. So we don't have any kids, any children that in the family.
Wow, they're still children.
Yeah, there will always be our children. They will always be our grandchildren. They hate it when I say that they're my grandbabies. They don't like that. But guess what? I'm the grandfather. I can say whatever the hell I want. And so can my wife.
Yeah, they just roll their eyes, Jim, at us.
Yeah. They do the roll. They go roll their eyes in disgust at us. It's like, okay, fine. You can go back to your parents now.